all that we think any holiday should be. You know, it's surrounded with family and friends and all of the good things that I can think of. I've got so many cool memories of Christmas. And I'm sure that every person in this room does also. I'm sure that there's some that are hard memories for people, and people struggle at this time of the year. But you know, the cool thing that happened while I was gone, I think that if a preacher will be honest with you, he will tell you that it's very easy to get burned out. Very, very easy to get burned out. It's just you're working a full-time job and you're trying to be a pastor full-time. And, you know, I've shared this before. You begin to look at the Bible not as a revelation of God to you, but as a place where you need to find the message that you're supposed to bring next week to your church. And it begins to be a treasure hunt, if you will, as you are searching for those gems of blessing, those gems of conviction that, you know, you can just throw out there and somebody's life will be changed by it. And it's so easy to get lost in there. Friends, I want to encourage you, if you get nothing else out of this day, I want you to hear this. Never read your Bible that way. Read your Bible looking for Jesus. If you read your Bible looking for Jesus, He promised us this. For those who seek, they shall, say it with me, find. So, when I went to Italy, to be honest with you, I was there for about 10 or 11 days, and it was probably my 7th day there. I had really been praying and asking God to just show up. Now, God, I just need to be refreshed. I need to be renewed. And each day I would pray that, and it was more and more and more and more. I just wasn't feeling God's presence. And I realized that what God needed me to do was to rest. To rest. To physically rest. So Caleb and I made an adventure. We went to London, England. Now that doesn't sound nearly as difficult as it is. You have to get on an airplane and fly for a couple of hours to get there. And England, which was really cool because they spoke English, in Italy they don't. And it was an amazing blessing. They even understood Hartford, Kentucky, hick English. They got it. They were like, oh, Jack, I know where you're from. You're from America. I don't know if they called it something else. Gang and all. Anyway, it was really cool. So I'm on the bus going from our hotel to downtown England. And it's about a 2-hour drive because there's 10 million people there and traffic's horrible. And God showed up. And God showed up. And He began to speak to my heart and began to just fill me with a new kind of Christmas. You know, every year we light an Advent candle, and pastors, preachers, teachers all over the world, they teach about, you know, love and joy and hope and peace. And on the 5th Sunday, you light the Jesus candle, and everything that entails, that's what normal Advent type of Christmas is. Well, God gave me a different gift this year. To Rodney, from God. And let me explain something to you. You can take this very box, this very present, this very message, and you can address it to yourself from God. Because I believe if I'm sitting on a bus 5,000 miles away from here, and I am in a bus full of people, it's just elbow to elbow, and God begins to pour Himself out to me, then I believe that what God wants you to do is to unwrap this present with me. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to unwrap my Christmas present. Now, my mom will tell you, my kids will tell you, my wife will tell you, I'm always very careful with unwrapping my Christmas presents because I love the paper. Not. So this is what I do. Anybody else say that? always counted to me. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to open my present. There's just a little piece of paper in here. And on this little piece of paper is written a word. And it is God's present to you at Christmas. And the word is worth. There's some of you in this room right now that can understand what I'm getting ready to say. We live in a culture that absolutely loves to degrade people. I am blown away constantly that a person can make a bad choice, a person can make a mistake, a person can do something that they're not supposed to be doing in our eyes, they're not supposed to be doing, and you know, we don't go to the Lord in prayer for that person. The first thing it seems that America does is throw a stone. Now let me ask you something before the amen section shuts up. Are you a stone thrower or are you a prayer warrior? Oh, now, be careful now.
Been both.
That's the honest answer. We've all been both. So as we are celebrating this Christmas, I want you to grasp something. Look at the person beside you. They are worth something. I want you to look at the empty chair. Look at the empty chair. I want you to touch the closest empty chair to you. What is that chair worth? Hang on. What is that chair truly worth? We're going to talk about that in particular today. But as we're looking at this, I want you to think about just a couple of things. What do you think you're worth? Jason, what do you think you're worth? On the open market, what are you worth, babe? 100 million. Okay. All right, well, that's pretty good. I'm glad to know that you think that way. You know, asking what you think you're worth, or if I asked you, Campbell, what do you think you're worth, or anybody in here, what do you think you're worth, that's not a difficult question. Because we sometimes have either a very high opinion of ourselves or a low opinion of ourselves. But let me tell you what you are worth today. Well, I'll get to that a little bit later. Let's just think about what worth is. Kind of got something I want you to follow with me, okay? Now, this is a little bit tough to follow, so I want you to just hang on to it. For something to be bought, okay, there must be a value placed on it. Everybody agree? For something to be bought, if I am going to buy something from you, Jason, and I say, ooh, Jason, I need some of those tissues, what's the value of those tissues? Free, okay. Well, that's easy enough. I'll take those, okay. How many of y'all wish Walmart was that way? Dana, write that down and that'll check the suggestions tomorrow morning. Okay? So, but the value assigned to something, who decides that? Who ultimately decides the value of this or of this? Who decides that?
The owner.
The owner? The person buying it? See, we've got a couple different opinions here. The creator of it? Well, okay, we're talking church now. I want you to think about it. Who assigns the value to something which we can purchase? Me. Me. Now I want you to understand something, that the holder, not the beholder, but the holder has an idea of what I'm going to charge for this. I'm going to charge X amount for what it is that I am wanting to sell. Okay, so they put that out there, and that's what it is worth to them. Worth. Keep that in mind. That's what it is worth to them. But what if the worth to them is not worth the value to me? Get the difference? You see, I have to make a decision in my life if the value I am willing to pay is worth the value that the whole not the beholder, but the holder puts on something. Okay, I'll give you a great instance. While we were in Italy, my son says to me, he says, "Hey, Pops," that's what we call it, "Hey, Pops, I want to go to England." And I said, "Cool, go to England." He said, "No, Pops, I don't think you understand. I want us to go to England." Now, that's a little bit different statement. And I said, "Oh, okay, well, how far is it to England?" He said, "Well, we have to get on an airplane and fly." And I was like, "Well, okay, it's not a big deal." Well, I'll back up. I said, "Well, okay, if you want to go to England, I'll pay for it." I said, "How do we get to England?" He said, "We have to fly." Oops. So we get on the internet, the interweb, or whatever you want to call it, and look around. We find some tickets, and the tickets are for he and I to go there and back and to stay in a hotel overnight was going to be $600. Now think about this for a second. $600. Now, there's two different things that are coming into play here. Value and worth. You see, the value that the airlines or Expedia.com put on this trip that my son and I wanted to go on, the value that was placed on this was $600. I had to make the decision as to if it was worth something to me. So, I bought the tickets. And the reason I bought the tickets is because I made a decision that the value of spending time with my son, our son, in a brand new experience in whatever part of the world was worth the assessed value that Expedia put on this. Now I want you to, I'm trying to really make these words kind of jump together, because ultimately what we need to understand is value and worth. Friends, there is not a person in this room that is worth more or less than you are. It was off quite an amen section. There is not a person in this room, there's not a person in Ohio County Jail that has more or less value, that is worth less than you are. Well, it's easy to say amen, isn't it? But how do we live amen? How do we take this beautiful gift at Christmas that God gave us, this gift of understanding what worth is, how do we take that, apply it to our life, and as we are applying it to our life, it absolutely changes us. Let me tell you something. I'm a kid now. I'm an old man now, and when I was a kid and my mom would buy me socks, guess how much I liked them? Now let me ask you people my age. How much do socks and underwear tickle your fancy now? Huh? Woo! Yeah! Got me a triple pack, baby! Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing how things, value changes? But value changes as worth changes. You see, when those socks are worth more to me, I will pay a greater value for them. Now, all of this I say to say this. You are worth something to God. Amen. You are worth something to God. I am worn, even when I'm run down, when I am absolutely worn out, when I don't think I am worth anything to anybody on the face of this earth, I have worth with God. I want you to turn in your Bible to the book of 1 Thessalonians, or 2 Thessalonians, I'm sorry. 2 Thessalonians, and I want you to look in chapter 1. Second Thessalonians chapter 1. Paul, Silas, and Timothy, to the church of the Thessalonians in God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ, grace and peace to you from God the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. We ought to always thank God for you, brothers, so rightly so, because your faith is growing more and more, and the love every one of you has for each other is increasing. Therefore, among God's churches, we will boast about your persecution, your perseverance, and your faith in all of the persecutions and trials that you are enduring. All of this is evidence that God's judgment is right, and as a result, you will be counted worthy of the kingdom of God for which you are suffering. How do you value Christ's appearing in your life? Do you remember your first Christmas that you were an adult? Maybe this is not fair to the kids, but do you remember adults, your first Christmas when it was your family? It wasn't your mom and dad's family with your family, but I'm talking about your family. When it was your family, your kids, or your situation, your Santa Claus, your tree, everything was yours. Do you remember how joyful it was to watch the kids get up? Maybe you do it on Christmas night, maybe you do it on Christmas morning, but do you remember how joyful it was that you got to experience that Christmas with your child? I remember when we first moved into our house, it was in the early 90s, and I'll never forget, we ended up having Christmas at our house one night, and Katie, believe it or not, Katie used to have a head of hair that stuck plumb out. When she would wake up in the morning, she had morning hair. Okay? And it was some of you all, maybe you've got morning hair, but she would wake up and with this morning hair, she would just, look like a Q-tip with a great big old ball of black cotton on top of her head. And I'll never forget that very first Christmas that we had when Santa Claus had come. And as Santa Claus had come, and we were, Mom and Dad, we were already sitting in the living room, and I'll never forget, Katie come down the hallway when she was doing this. And she walked into the living room, and there was the tree, and I am telling you, Santa must have thought they were good kids that year because he showed up in force. Now, mind you, this is our first Christmas in our new house. It's the first time we experienced Christmas. And I'll never forget Katie with her hair that was sticking out. You don't remember that, was it Cat in the Hat? Do you remember the two, was it It's? Is that what they were called? What was it? Thing 1 is It's. That's close enough. It 1 and It 2. Thing 1 and Thing 2. Do you remember how her hair looked? That is exactly what hers looked like. And I'll never forget, little Katie jumped up in the air. Her feet came about that high off the ground. She turned in midair, and just like a cartoon, she was already running before she ever hit the ground. So when she hit the ground, I'll never forget, that hair was standing straight up, and it was like back behind her. And when she hit the ground, she went face first on the ground. But bless her heart, she never stopped. I'm telling you, she was kicking. You know what she was doing? She was going to wake her brother and sister up. And she woke them up, and I'll never forget, sitting there, watching those kids enjoy Christmas. We made the mistake of buying a DVD or CD player and buying, what's the name of it? Hanson. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
If I had known what that song was going to be, and if I knew that jam box that she had a repeat button on it, we would have done two things. Never bought Hanson CD, nor would we have bought that. We listened to Bop 7,409 times that day. That's the question. That's what we're here to do. We constantly talk about the season of Christmas. And we say statements like, well, I'm going to do my best to keep Christ in Christmas this year. Or I'm going to focus this year. I'm not going overboard. And I'm just going to keep my faith this year. And then Black Friday comes. And Cyber Monday comes. And we lose our focus. We forget what this is. You see, Christmas was God's gift of worth to you. I want you to turn to the book of Isaiah now, chapter 9. Isaiah chapter 9. Advent is known as the appearing, the season of appearing. I remember when Jesus appeared in my life. Now listen, do you remember when Jesus appeared in your life? That very first time that Jesus showed up in your life. Hang on just a second. I'm not talking about that day that Jesus showed up in your life necessarily and you walked forward, you said a few words, and you were relatively unchanged. I'm talking about the day that Jesus showed up in your life. And the day that Jesus showed up in your life, something happened inside of you. You knew beyond a shadow of a doubt, never more can I ever be the same because I have been counted worthy. I understood what my sin was all about. I finally got it. I got how bad I truly was. That if I had broken one aspect of the law, any part of the law, that I was guilty of breaking every ounce of it. You see, I grew up just like everyone in this room. Listen to me. Everyone in this room grew up hearing the word sin. It ain't no different than the word chocolate to most of us. You see, you don't understand. How many of y'all realize that if you eat a bunch of chocolate, it's going to have an effect on you? By the way, I ate 3 pieces of chocolate right before I got here. Okay? But just keep in mind, if you do nothing but eat chocolate all the time, what's going to happen to you? Well, there you go. He pointed it out, I did. Okay, now hang on a second. You see, but we don't think about that, do we? Oh, I love chocolate. Oh, give me some chocolate. I like chocolate brownies. I like chocolate brownies with chocolate chips on top of them. And then I like chocolate fudge poured on it with chocolate ice cream. Woo! Now that's my idea of chocolate. Okay? But it's going to have an effect on me. And when that chocolate has an effect on me, guess what, guys? It ain't going to be a good effect. Well, that's the exact same thing that sin does. But we have so conditioned ourselves that sin is no different than the word chocolate that we don't think about how bad it is. Sin is a disease that kills. And it kills not just here, it kills on the other side of eternity. Sin is a killer. And I remember when Jesus showed up in my life, when He appeared in my life, I was a 23-year-old man, and Jesus showed up in my life, and I shared with you all, I got baptized when I was 10 years old. Let me tell you something, Jesus didn't show up in my life. I did it for all of the wrong reasons, but when I was 23 years old, I sat in the back of the church, and as I sat in the back of that church, I heard somebody talk about what I was truly worth to God, and I was worth so much to God that He made the ultimate sacrifice by giving His Son for me. What's God worth to you during a season of growth? How about when your marriage is about to fall apart? Hang on, talk to me. How about when your marriage is about to fall apart? Or how about when your finances are about to take you under? How about when that bad thing happens in your life and you drop to your knees and you start praying and you cry out to God and you cry out to God and you cry out to God and all you want is God to show up? Or maybe it's when a loved one is in a hospital and they're sinking fast and you don't know what else to do, so you just drop to your knees and you cry out, God, please, I need you to show up. And God shows up. What's He worth to you then? What's He worth to you then? That was the gift that was given to us. Isaiah chapter 9. Nevertheless, there shall be be no more gloom for those who are in distress. In the past, He humbled the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali. But in the future, He will honor Galilee of the Gentiles by the way of the sea along the Jordan. Listen to this. The people walking in darkness have seen a great light, and on those living in the land of the shadow of death, a light has dawned. And maybe that's you today. Maybe you are walking in the land of the shadow of death. Maybe there is nothing but darkness surrounding you. But friends, I'm telling you, the good news of Christmas is it don't have to stay that way. Man, just as you put that Christmas tree up and, you take your time to decorate the Christmas tree to get everything just like it is, there comes a moment when all of your work pays off, and that's the moment when you plug it into the power source and it lights up and you marvel at its beauty. Friends, I am telling you, that is the Christmas gift. Some of you in this room may be a tree fully decorated. Oh, you've got the prettiest ribbons, you've got the prettiest lights all wrapped around, even got presents under you. Oh, somebody went to some great trouble to make sure that the bows were just right and everything was just like it was, and all the perfect lights were put on it. But you're still in dark because you have not been connected to the source of power. Friends, you are worth so much to God that He wants you to understand what that power source is today and what it took for that power to be given. How many of you walk into a room, turn the light on, and expect the light to come on? Some of you are going to be going home right now, after church, and you're going to expect that you're going to pop open your oven, turn it on, slide something in there, it'll come out, and you'll eat that. You see, there's things that we take for granted. Friends, we have so taken the appearing of Jesus Christ in our lives for granted. We live in a world full of people that when they see somebody that's in trouble, you know what we do? We cast stones. I saw something on Facebook this week that really bothered me. It really did. And it doesn't matter what it is. But people's lives are devastated. Amen. My friends' lives were devastated. And I watched people start sharing that post one after the other. I was ashamed. You see, that family is worth something. But if you share that post or if you do that, they ain't worth anything to you. And I'll be bold enough to tell you. Come on, brother. We live in a culture that is assigned word on what can you do for me now. Amen. I went to jail when I was 20 years old for drinking and driving. Look at me. I want all you kids to hear this. You see, I made a choice. And I went to jail. People looked at me, and I don't know what they thought because they wouldn't say anything to the face. But God looked at me in that jail cell and said, "You're still worth something to me." And here I am, 30-some odd years later. I have worth. I was valuable to God. And you, my friend, are too. So this day, I want you to think about this. What did God see 2,000 years ago, 6,000 years ago? What did God see 3,000 years ago when this beautiful passage of Scripture written to us in the book of Isaiah, God saw people as Savior. God saw you. Now, dude, I've been gone for 2 weeks. You may have been here for the last 2 weeks, but this is the first I've seen you here, and I'm glad you're here. And I'm looking forward to getting to know you. And if you're in here and it's the first time you're here, and maybe it's not, but it's the first time you've been here that I've seen you. I am glad you are here. You have worth. You are worth something. And let me tell you something, you're worth fighting for. Don't you come across, now some of you I know better than I know others. Okay? There's some of you I know much better than I know others. But let me tell you something. If something happens in your life, Christy, and I see people start to trash you, they don't have to fight me. Because you're worth something. You see, guys, that's what worth is. God looked at this world and He said the people walking in darkness deserve a great light. Not because of you, but because you were made in His image. You see, God saw people that's worth saving. We assign, way too often, we assign the value in somebody's life. Did you know that throughout history we've watched as life has devalued? Did you know that by the time a child is 18 years old, they've witnessed 100,000 losses of life or more? If you watch Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I'm being serious. Think about the movies that you watch, that I watch, that we watch. What is life worth? Worth very little. Friends, God saw people worth saving. You know, more than once in the history of this world, listen to me. The world has went to war. To wipe a nation out, to wipe a people out, to wipe a group out. Y'all really want to get real up in here? Tell me.
Preacher,
Want to get real? Come on. Okay, here we go. There are people groups that we devalue because of their title. There are people that try to cross a border. Some may be good, some may be bad. It's making a little bit different. There are people trying to get into this country, and we automatically devalue that person because they ain't one of us. Guess what? Yes, they are. You see, if I look at Mr. Robert back here, we don't look alike, but we look alike. Tell me, tell me. He's Irish and I'm Mexican. Do you get it? Wait a minute. Are you Mexican? What? Just because you're Mexican, oh my God. Isn't that what we do? We assign worth to this man simply because of where he's from. Quit it! Quit it! It's not worth it because somebody is looking at you. I just came back from overseas. Let me tell you something. I'm not one of them. When I was in Italy, and they would do what talking to me. I don't have a clue what they said, and I would go, I'm American. Buddy, let me tell you something. I wasn't one of them. And it's interesting. I wish I knew Italian. Is it Italian? I wish I knew Italian because I had a feeling they were talking about me. No, I'm making up. Hang on. You see, I just came back from a place where I am a minority. Oh, I look just like them. Yeah. Until I open my mouth. And they rattle off something to me, and I just look at them like, English, they go, that's so serious, they go. And then they try to communicate with me. And their English is good as my Italian. We devalue people based on Christmas is for. Listen to this. Listen, you got to get it. Nevertheless, there will be no more gloom for those who were in distress. In the past, he humbled the land of Zebulun, the land of Naphtali, but in the future, he will honor Galilee of the Gentiles by the way of the sea along the Jordan. Who is Christmas for? People walking in darkness. Who is that? In other words, those people that sin has killed. Guess who that is? For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. You see, who is Christmas for? It's not an American holiday. It's not an Italian holiday. It's not a Russian holiday. It's not a Dutch holiday. It is God's holiday. It is God's gift. And the first thing He wanted us to understand is that you are worth it. I hope you don't leave out here today and say, boy, he yelled all day. I don't mean it. But you're worth something. My house got toilet paper earlier this year. I've shared that. Matter of fact, they took pictures of it. I'll never forget you, Liz. She had never been toilet paper. She had never been toilet paper in the house, and she had this roll of toilet paper when I caught it. Scared her. I fired the gun at the ground like 10 times, and they needed the toilet paper for a different reason, okay? I scared her, okay? And I'll never forget the look at her face when I came up to her and we were all laughing, and she said, I've never had toilet paper in anything. My first time. And I said, well, honey, go ahead. Right there's the church. And they did. That's worth something to me. You see, the value that I placed on that was worth the trouble it takes to get that toilet paper out of the tree. Which, by the way, there's still like 4 or 5 rolls up in that tree. You're worth something. Your failures? So what? Your failures are not different than my failures. I've been in jail. Have you? Terry, you say how many of you all has Terry taken to jail? Oh my goodness. You see, we assign worth. And we base it off of what their title is, what group they belong to, what lifestyle they live in, where they come from. Be ashamed of yourself if you do that. Because I'm going to promise you, that person was worth something to God. Now, I said earlier, and I promise I'm getting there. I said, anything that has worth must have a value assigned to that worth. Okay? There must be a value assigned to that worth. So let me just ask you this question. I just made the example that you are worth something. Aaron, you are worth something. I don't care who you are. You just go down the road. You are worth something. So what value was assigned to your work? So let's talk about that. We all know the answer. The answer was, well, Jesus came and He died on the cross for my sin. I want everybody to say that with me. Say this. Jesus died on the cross for my sins. 1, 2, 3.
Jesus died on the cross for my sins.
Do you know how that just rolls off the tongue just like, love me tender, love me true? I mean, it just rolls off the tongue. It's easy to say. Jesus died on the cross for sins. Say it with me.
Jesus died on the cross for my sins.
You know what? That's just a blanket statement. So you really think about what the price was. So let me ask you this. Parents in this room. Parents. do you feel when your kid's sick? How about helpless? That's a good word. How do you feel when a loved one's in trouble and you can't fix it?
I'm mad.
Mad. I'm hurt, angry. I still try to stick my nose in and fix it. Let me tell you something. That's because we are assigning a value to what that person is worth to me. You want to know what the problem is in America right now? We don't value much. Amen. We just don't value much. You know how many churches I saw in Italy? I mean, I'm talking about churches like ours, not the big cathedrals. You know how many I saw? You know what it was? It was a Baptist church. It was a Baptist church. Isn't that cool? That's the only church I saw. There is a nation there that values religion, but they don't value worship. Not the way we do. But listen to me, friends. Our world's changing. We don't value it either. Because see, I don't know what time it is. Y'all know. It's 11:40. Some of you checked out about 25 minutes ago. I value this much more. This is worth something. It is worth something. God placed a high priority on the worth of people. But He was willing to pay the price. So what was the price that He paid? What was the price that God ultimately paid? Well, think about this. You and me, our worth was, and I wrote some of these down. You and I were worth so much to God that the value He assigned to it was this. He stumped His toe when His toe should have never been stumped. Stick with me, okay? I'm not trying to be crass. He cut His fingers. He had blisters. He bled. He was bruised. He had people punching Him, but would not defend Himself. Have you ever had anybody, remember when you were a kid, somebody fought you? And I mean really got a good one on you? If you haven't had one, if you're beside them, it's a problem, right? So listen, hang on. How long ago? Listen to me. God chose to be cold and shiver instead of always being warm and the light. He chose to take on criticism that was undeserved. He struggled when He was never meant to struggle. He felt pain when He could have been pain-free. He bled when He was never meant to bleed. He hung on a cross, a gruesome cross that was never His to hang. He experienced a headache, maybe a toothache. He experienced heartache. And He did every bit of it because that is the value. Listen to me. That is the value God assigned to your work. That's what you're worth to Him. What you think about something? Think about this. thing that I was sharing about that I saw on Facebook broke my heart. Broke my heart for a parent who couldn't fix this. Look at it. And I reached out to the parent, knowing that they probably won't read anything on Facebook for a while. But I reached out to the parent and I said, I'm praying for you. I'm so sorry your heart hurts right now. And shared it with my friends. People were worth so much to God that He came and experienced everything that we experienced when He didn't have to. Some of you may be hot in here. Some of you may be cold in here right now. Some of you may have a headache. Some of you may have a heartache. Some of you may be broken inside. Some of you may be broken. And that is exactly what Jesus chose to become, because He assigned that value to your worth. And whose worth? Judas Iscariot, Adolf Hitler, Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy, listen to this, and Rodney, Albin, Molly, Henderson, Carolyn, Albin. That's what you're worth. So when we celebrate Christmas this year, I want you to truly celebrate what it's about. It's about the world understanding just how much you are worth. Guys, and I'm done. If y'all need to just come listen to me. We live in a world that we go broke during December to provide gifts that we really didn't want to give in December, and then we pay them off for the next 3 months after that. We do all of that, sometimes begrudgingly, because that's what the season actually means. Now, let me tell you something. What the season actually means is something of value and something that is of worth. I just want to challenge you today. I want to challenge you with this. Man, I don't know what's going on in your life right now. I don't know what group you're part of. I don't know where you're from. I don't care. Yeah, we are that kind of church. People walking in darkness need to see the great light. And the great light that people see is the love of Jesus in me. The love of Jesus in you. Dude, you're worth it. Butch is cold right now. He's cold right now. Guys, I'm cold thinking about going outside in a few minutes. Butch is outside. He is cold right now. And I wish I could just make it to where he didn't have to do that. Dr. Cole carries stresses that I can't comprehend. I carry stresses that you can't comprehend. And every one of you are carrying something that nobody around you knows. But God does. And He said, you're worth so much. I'm going to place a value on it. I'm not going to say the cross, because there's a whole lot of things that happen before the cross. I'm going to send my own son when he shouldn't have to go. He's going to know hunger. He's going to know pain. He's going to know sorrow. He's going to cry. He's going to stump his toe. He's going to have diarrhea. He's going to have all of the things that you go through, because I love you that much to do that to my child. He's going to know heartache. And buddy, if you've ever known heartache, you know how bad that is. He's going to know from day one what his last day will look like. forward to each and every day of his life. And I'm doing that because you have worth. And the value of your worth is enough for me to send my son to experience each and every one of those things because you have worth. Not that you're worthy, but that you have worth. Let me tell you something, friends. That's a gift. That's a gift. You want your life to be different? Accept that gift of worth. And then apply that gift to everyone you see. Jay, you're worth something. Felicia, you're worth something. Tommy, you're worth something. You're worth something. You're worth something. You are worth so much to God that He chose to come to a people walking in darkness just so you could have a chance to see the great light. So what about you today? I'm done. You want your Christmas to change? You want your life to change? It begins by what you do with what I just said. You see, it's time for you to do something with it. Look inside of yourself. Say, do I look at people and judge them unworthy? Well, I may not do it where people can see it, but I do it in my heart where God can see it. When I see the little man on the street holding a sign that says, I'm this, that, and the other, and I don't have any food, are we just skeptical? Just simply based on the fact that, well, they're probably going to take advantage of me. Forget that stuff. What is God saying? If God says, give this man some food, give this man some food. Well, but God, it's my last $25. I don't think you understand. It might be your last $25, but it ain't my last $25. A sign of worth has nothing to do with you. God's already assigned the worth. This world was worth so much that He gave His Son. So I'm asking you, what value will you place on that worth today? Pray. Father, no words can describe what it is that I'm talking about, but you understand. And I just pray right now, God, that everybody in this room will just understand a moment in time to look inside and to just say, God, thank you that you counted me worthy of your Son, not just dying on a cross, but living His life for 33 years, going through hurt and heartache and pain and suffering when He had no need to. But He only did it because that's much He valued. And I pray, God, that I would just come to you tonight and I would just give my life and start looking at people through your eyes. Father, thank you for the Christmas gift. I praise in Jesus' name. So, if you would stand.